Well, that's where we're keeping our focus this morning ahead of the 2019 general elections and the outcomes up to this point. And I'm now being joined by Osita Chidoka, is the former Minister of Aviation, also Special Advisor to the PDP Chairman on Strategy and External Arrangements. I want to thank you so much indeed for coming on Sunrise Daily.
Thank you very much.
Let's begin from that very point. They say you cannot shave a man's head in his absence. Does that seem to suggest that all is not well with the choice of Peter Obi, even though they said that he's our son?
Yes. No. All is well with the nomination of Peter Obi. I had written extensively about this in the last couple of days, that the Enugu meeting had nothing to do with the person or the persona of Governor Peter Obi. What happened is that after the announcement was made on social media, which was not supposed to be, the presidential candidate wasn't intending to make that announcement on social media. He had intended to engage further with other stakeholders in the party, but that's what it is. It came out. And the Southeast leaders felt that if the presidential candidate had engaged some people, he needed to have also spoken to the Southeast governors on where it's coming. There are certain homekeeping issues that we would have loved to have done before the formal announcement of this to the public. So, and as the governor of Ebonyi had explained, his point was that this was trying to make sure that this was not a template for future engagement. And that was duly noted by all of us at the meeting. And the presidential candidate sent a message that he was traveling abroad that night. Upon his return, he will meet with the Southeast leaders to iron out this miscommunication. And of course, I believe that in politics, all stakeholders need to accept the fact that they need to be in the inner room where decisions are made. The decision is made now. The most momentous decision of today was that of the vice president. So they're thinking, will future decisions be made with us just hearing it on the social media? So the reaction was spontaneous, but it had nothing to do with the appointment of Governor Peter Obi. And I must say that the reaction to that meeting and to the appointment, the reaction to the appointment, to the nomination of Governor Peter Obi has been quite positive. And the fact remains that from Anambra State, where I come from and most of the people in the room at that meeting came from, we all felt it was something of pride to all of us. So I believe that the issue is not, and can never be about the person nominated.
It cannot be about the person nominated.
It's not about the presidency. It was about the process.
Because we know very clearly, you did run for governor in your state, in Anambra State, under the platform of the PDP too.
Yes, actually UPP. Yes.
UPP. Okay, so does that clearly put you on a good stead also? Possibly if you had had that stakeholders meeting that you had in the closed door meeting in Enugu, would that have possibly come up with a different option for vice president?
No. You can't give a vice president to presidential candidates. You can't. We can only make nominations. And you can make as many nominations as you want. The president is going to choose who he wants to work with. It is prerogative. The fact that he even involved anybody is the politics of inclusion. He's not required by anybody to include anybody in the process. It's going to be about who he wants to work with. And I believe that both by terms of their engagement, their relationship, and the chemistry, and also the making the ticket have balance, I think that he made his choice considering all that factor. And I believe Peter Obi is a very good choice for him.
So if Peter Obi is a good choice, according to you, and largely by the eastern part of the country, then why do we have this situation where it seems to suggest, or clarify for us if I may be wrong, it seems to suggest that more consultations should have been done in the first instance that will possibly come up with a resolution by the elders of the Igbos on who to go with or who to present, and may not necessarily be a Peter Obi?
No. The president had names sent to him from different places. I mean, it's a national position. The Southeast may be asked to submit names, and I'm sure some of them may have suggested names to the presidential candidates. The fact remains that it is his prerogative to make a choice. Nominations are one part of the story, but the actual selection is that of the presidential candidate. And I believe he has expressed that right. And we will all respect the right of the presidential candidate to choose a vice presidential candidate.
So why did you kick against it in the first instance?
So the issue, like I said, is the Eastern leader said the process. When we got to Enugu,
as a person,
I didn't kick
against it.
No, I didn't kick against it. No, I didn't kick against it.
Is there in print that you said that the process was wrong, and then you kicked against the emergence of Pt.1 as the choice of Atiku for?
That's what Donald Trump would call fake news. I didn't speak to anybody. I didn't speak to any media organization. I didn't speak at the meeting. I congratulated Peter the moment he was appointed. On the same day, I went to Enugu meeting not just as an Igbo leader, but as also a special advisor to the chairman, which meant that I was there to defend the party position. So